Hey, sometimes you just mess up, but the important thing is fix it. I actually had them set this ugly piece of whatever this is on here, pulled out, went to secure it, got to looking at it, and yeah, it's just not going to ride like this. I'll flip it around and show you. It didn't look too bad until I got out where it was more level. And of course now it's shift change, and it's going to cost me time, but I'm not going to roll with it like this all the way to Pennsylvania. Well, Ohio-Pennsylvania line. So it might cost me some time, but we're going to do it the safe way. Let me show you. Anyway, I think I got a guy coming down maybe now. See this thing? They got it sitting off to the side. It's just too heavy to that side. I'm gonna make him pick it up, spin it around, and set it in the middle with this this stuff facing back. Oh, it's gonna take me a little bit, but it'll be worth it in the long run. I don't want that tipping over, the trailer tipping over. It's only 25,000 pounds or something, but there's just no way to secure it real good with it sitting like that. So we'll take the time and do it right. All right, see you, bye. I don't know what happened. They got it turned around, but now something ain't right. I'm trying to figure something out. Oh, what do I call this? It's ugly. Ugly piece. Look at my poor truck. Oh, yeah, gummit, man. Thank God I got a pressure washer. They're gonna get this on there eventually. Then I'll figure out how I'm gonna secure it. I don't really know, but then I'll show you. We'll come up with something. All right, see you, bye. Yep. They're probably cussing me. I don't know. Something happened. About 10 of them trying to figure it out. But hey, man, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna roll this truck over and hurt somebody, so we's got to fix it, or we's got to take it off, one or the other. It just ain't worth it. My bad. I should have never let them set it down and go away like that. But in this building, it's not level, and it looked, I thought maybe it was even because of that overhang, but it's not. You get out on the flat ground and the trailer's sitting, I'm just not going to roll like that, so. I should have took a coil. They said, hey, you want a coil or a 20,000 pound piece of equipment? Well, I'll take the 20,000 pound piece of equipment. Should have took the stupid coil. This greasy, ugly sucker. I'm going to have to tarp it with a 6-foot tarp. My coil bag might do it, but I'm just not going to put it on there. I'm going to have to sacrifice one blanket that'll have to be thrown away because it'll be just covered in grease. Either that or I have to get it all over my felt pads, and I don't want to do that. So I'll have to put felt pads on, but first I'll have to put at least one blanket over that greasy spot. Because I don't want it all over my felt pads. So flatbedding is fun sometimes, huh? It is an adventure. I didn't know what I was going to get. Well, I see it now. Oh, it's coming off the ground. I better get out and tell them where I want it. See you, bye. All right, I think we got old ugly chained down. Got an X chain going over the top. And a chain hooked in that crevice pulling down. One on each side pulling against each other. Plus, we'll have a couple straps to hold pads and the blankets down. Probably just gonna eat 2 blankets on this deal, man. Then I'm gonna have to clean all my chains and binders. They're greasy as heck. Part of the deal. This load pays good, thank goodness, because there goes a couple blankets. Yeah, they were a couple, 3 years old anyway. All right. There's way more securement than we need weight-wise, but weight isn't always the only factor. All right, I'll show you when I'm done. Well, I'll show you as we go. We'll make this securing and tarping Old Ugly. See you, bye. I got my Farmer Elmer Fudd outfit on. Look at this. Coveralls. But I do got my work boots on. I had shorts on, so that time of year. Taking a break. Tired. It's humid, man. Jeez Louise. It's about 80 degrees, but it's been raining a lot. Feels like I'm in Gulf of Mexico today. I'll flip it around and show you. Sometimes you just get these. He was telling me they sent a Maverick guy in here and he chickened out. I mean, it's ugly. It's not your typical something, which I kind of like, but not everybody can just look at something and go, okay, I can do this, this, and this, but it is what it is. But Taylor, if you watch this, you owe me, man. What a mess. Thank goodness pressure washing the truck off tomorrow involves drinking beer, or I'd be really unhappy. I'll flip this around. Hold up. Alright, so we got our pads on. Threw 2 blankets under them to block the pads from the grease. And those blankets will go in the garbage can because they'll just be full of grease and it ain't worth messing with. So, anyways, this only weighs like 23 or 4,000 pounds. I bet you I got 50 or 60,000 pounds worth of securement. But there's no such thing as too much, and you have to secure it so it doesn't go anywhere. So it doesn't really matter. It's not always about weights and measures. So I already showed you got the X chains, the 2 chains on the crevices, and those 2 straps going over the top count 2. They're holding the pads and blankets down, but they're zinging. Now those I jumped up on. Should play the guitar on those. So now we get to tarp it. Unbelievable. Tarp this big, ugly, greasy thing. So I think I'm going to drag out a 6-foot drop. Probably be the cleanest way to do this. And I'll show you that when we're done. See if I can make this ugly sucker look like halfway decent. Woo! This is taking forever, man. That's what I was going to tell you guys. That cost me a lot of time, but you know, I told him to set it there and I thought it was okay, and I pulled out and it wasn't. Then I had to wait for shift change, and one of the guys came back and they're a little upset, and I apologize, but you know, just be man enough to admit you messed up and fix it. Your life or someone else's life is not worth it. You know, they're paid by the hour. They can move it. They can get it to where it's safe, and we can go down the road. All right. Get back to work and show you the finished product, then maybe we'll get to head home. See you, bye. Alright, as good as it's gonna get. Still pretty clean, but ugly is ugly. Alright, let's go home. See you, bye. Okay, we made it home. No problem. You're just gonna have days like that. That's just the way it is, you know. But when you mess up, don't be too prideful to back in there and say, hey, I messed up. I know I told you to do that, but now after looking at it, you know, it ain't gonna work. Swallow your pride. Take your time. Do it correctly. I know a lot of guys would have been like, oh man, I don't want to mess around, because that cost me like 2 hours with the shift change. And man, I don't know what happened, but when I don't know why it was so hard to just spin it, but it took like 6 or 7 of them dudes to come figure it out. And once they got it spun, something got stuck. I don't know, man. I bet you it took them an hour, over an hour, just to take it off the trailer, spin it, and put it back on. Probably an hour and a half. I don't know. But it is what it is. You just got to deal with it. Don't be in such a rush you don't do it right, because that's how trucks end up flipped over, and it's just not worth it. But all is good now. Hey, you know you're a redneck when you have a margarita in a mason jar. Only in southeast Missouri, I guess. All right, guys. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow for the money and news. Bye now.